power of vulnerability, embracing imperfection for true transformation. Have you ever felt like you're not enough, that your flaws and imperfections are holding you back from living the life you truly desire? What if I told you that those very imperfections could be the key to unlocking your full potential? That embracing vulnerability could be the most empowering decision you ever make. Today, I want to share with you the profound insights I gained from an extraordinary individual who's revolutionizing the way we think about self-discovery, transformation, and empowerment. Melinda Price, an author and entrepreneur, is not just changing lives, she's igniting a movement that's reshaping our understanding of what it means to be truly empowered. Melinda's book, It Started with a Friend Request, has touched countless hearts, inspiring readers to love beyond their flaws and build deeper, more meaningful connections. But her impact extends far beyond the written word. As the owner of Trebella Nail Spa, she's created a sanctuary where self-care meets empowerment, where every client is encouraged to embrace their authentic selves. Melinda's work is a beacon of hope in a world that often tells us we need to be perfect to be worthy. Her message is clear. True empowerment begins not with hiding our vulnerabilities, but with embracing them. It's a revolutionary idea that challenges everything we've been taught about success and happiness. As I delved deeper into Melinda's philosophy, I was struck by the transformative power of her insights. She believes, and I've come to agree, that our vulnerabilities are not weaknesses to be overcome, but sources of strength waiting to be tapped. Imagine a world where we all felt free to be our authentic selves, where we didn't hide our flaws, but celebrated them as part of our unique story. This is the world Melinda envisions and works towards every day. But let's be honest, embracing vulnerability isn't easy. It goes against everything society has taught us about strength and success. We've been conditioned to believe that showing weakness is a liability, that admitting our struggles will somehow diminish us in the eyes of others. But what if the opposite were true? Think about the people in your life who have truly inspired you. Chances are it wasn't their perfection that moved you, but their humanity, their willingness to be real, to share their struggles, to show up authentically. That's the power of vulnerability. It's not about airing our dirty laundry or oversharing. It's about having the courage to be seen, truly seen, with all our imperfections and struggles. Melinda shared with me 3 key insights that I believe have the power to transform lives. The first is about embracing vulnerability. She emphasized that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength. It's the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and change. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and deeper connections with others. The second insight is about the power of storytelling. Melinda believes, and I've come to see, that our stories are not just personal anecdotes, they're powerful tools for healing and growth. When we share our stories, we not only process our own experiences, but also create space for others to do the same. It's through storytelling that we realize we're not alone in our struggles and that our experiences, however difficult, have meaning and purpose. The third insight is about self-love and acceptance. Melinda stressed the importance of learning to love and accept ourselves, flaws and all. This isn't about narcissism or self-indulgence. It's about recognizing our inherent worth and treating ourselves with the same kindness and compassion we'd offer a dear friend. When we love and accept ourselves, we create a solid foundation from which we can grow, heal, and build meaningful relationships with others. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds great in theory, but does it work in the real world? I had the same question, and that's why I was particularly interested in the stories Melinda shared with me. These stories of real people who have embraced vulnerability, harnessed the power of storytelling, and learned to love themselves are truly inspiring. Let me tell you about Janice Bryant Howroyd. Janice's story is a testament to the transformative power of embracing vulnerability and owning your story. Born in the segregated South in 1952, Janice faced obstacles that would have deterred many. Racial discrimination and economic hardship were not just concepts for her, they were daily realities. But Janice didn't let these challenges define her. Instead, she chose to embrace her vulnerabilities and use her experiences as fuel for her ambitions. She didn't try to hide her background or pretend that her journey was easy. Instead, she owned her story, using it to connect with others and to build a business that empowers people from all walks of life. Today, Janice is the founder of the Actone Group and the first African American woman to found a $1 billion company. But her success isn't just measured in dollars, it's measured in the lives she's touched, the barriers she's broken, and the inspiration she's provided to countless others, particularly women and minorities. Janice's story shows us that our struggles and vulnerabilities are not liabilities, they're assets. They're the very things that make us unique, that give us insight, that allow us to connect with others on a deeper level. By embracing her vulnerabilities and sharing her story, Janice didn't just transform her own life, she created a ripple effect that has touched countless others. Another inspiring example is Melinda Wittstock, a 4-time serial entrepreneur and host of the Wings podcast. Melinda's journey is a powerful illustration of how self love and storytelling can transform not just individual lives, but entire industries. As a woman in the male dominated world of tech entrepreneurship, Melinda faced numerous challenges. She had to navigate industries where women were often underestimated or overlooked. She had to battle her own self doubts and the imposter syndrome that plagues so many high achievers. But instead of trying to fit into a mold that wasn't made for her, Melinda chose a different path. She embraced her unique perspective as a woman in tech. She used storytelling, both her own story and the stories of other women entrepreneurs, to challenge the status quo and inspire change. Through her podcast and her own entrepreneurial ventures, Melinda has created spaces where women can be vulnerable, share their struggles, and celebrate their successes. She doesn't just talk about business strategies, she talks about the importance of embracing our whole selves, including our fears, doubts, and imperfections. Melinda's approach emphasizes that success isn't about becoming someone else or fitting into someone else's idea of what a leader should be. It's about becoming more fully yourself, embracing all parts of you, even the parts that society tells you to hide. The impact of Melinda's work has been profound. She's helped countless women navigate the challenges of entrepreneurship and find success on their own terms. But more than that, she's changing the narrative about what it means to be a successful entrepreneur. She's showing that vulnerability, authenticity, and self love are not just personal virtues, they're powerful business strategies. The third story that really struck me was that of Sabine Gedeon. Sabine's journey shows us how the principles of vulnerability and self discovery can be applied to leadership and professional development with transformative results. Sabine is a dynamic force in leadership development, guiding clients in both startups and Fortune 500 companies. What sets her apart is her unique approach that combines human centered principles with tech enabled solutions. But at the heart of her work is a deep understanding of the power of self discovery and transformation. Like many of us, Sabine faced her own challenges in her career. She had to navigate complex leadership dynamics and overcome personal barriers. But instead of letting these challenges hold her back, she used them as catalysts for growth and learning. Sabine developed a comprehensive approach to leadership and personal growth that emphasizes the importance of self discovery and transformation. She understood that effective leadership isn't just about strategies and skills, it's about understanding ourselves, embracing our vulnerabilities, and continuously growing and evolving. Through her work, Sabine has helped countless leaders and entrepreneurs achieve their goals and grow both personally and professionally. But more than that, she's changing the way we think about leadership. She's showing that vulnerability and self awareness are not weaknesses in a leader, they're essential strengths. Sabine's story reminds us that no matter where we are in our careers or our lives, there's always room for growth and transformation. It shows us that embracing our vulnerabilities and committing to self discovery can not only enhance our own lives, but can also make us more effective leaders and change makers. These stories of Janice, Melinda, and Sabine are more than just inspiring anecdotes. They're proof that the principles Melinda Price teaches, embracing vulnerability, harnessing the power of storytelling, and practicing self love and acceptance, can lead to profound transformation, not just in our personal lives, but in our careers and in the world around us. So, how can we apply these insights to our own lives? How can we start our own journey of self discovery and transformation? It starts with embracing vulnerability. This doesn't mean exposing yourself unnecessarily or putting yourself in harm's way. It means having the courage to be seen, really seen for who you are. It means being honest about your struggles, your fears, and your imperfections. It means reaching out for help when you need it and offering support to others when they're struggling. Next, harness the power of your own story. Your experiences, however ordinary they might seem to you, have the power to inspire and connect with others. Start by telling your story to yourself. Write it down, reflect on it, look for the lessons and the growth opportunities. Then, when you're ready, share your story with others. You might be surprised at how your honesty and vulnerability can create space for others to do the same. Finally, practice self love and acceptance. This isn't about becoming complacent or giving up on self improvement. It's about recognizing your inherent worth and treating yourself with kindness and compassion. It's about celebrating your strengths while also accepting your flaws as part of what makes you uniquely you. As we come to the end of this talk, I want to leave you with a challenge that might feel uncomfortable, that might push you out of your comfort zone, but that has the potential to transform your life in profound ways. I challenge you to embrace your vulnerability, to step out from behind the masks and pretenses we all wear, and to show up in the world as your authentic self. I challenge you to share your story, not the polished, perfect version, but the real, raw, human version. Share it with someone you trust. Or if you're feeling brave, share it more widely. I challenge you to look in the mirror and practice radical self acceptance, to look at your flaws and imperfections not as things to be hidden or overcome, but as essential parts of who you are, to treat yourself with the same kindness and compassion you'd offer to a dear friend. And finally, I challenge you to see the vulnerability in others not as weakness, but as courage, to create spaces in your life, in your relationships, in your workplace, in your community, where people feel safe to be their authentic selves. Remember, true empowerment doesn't come from pretending to be perfect. It comes from embracing our imperfections and sharing our authentic selves with the world. It comes from recognizing that our vulnerabilities are not weaknesses to be overcome, but potential sources of strength and connection. As you leave here today, I want you to carry with you the words of Melinda Price. Your story matters. Your vulnerabilities are your strengths, and you are worthy of love and acceptance just as you are. The journey of self discovery and transformation is not always easy. There will be moments of doubt, moments of fear, but I promise you it's worth it because on the other side of vulnerability is connection. On the other side of self acceptance is freedom. And on the other side of sharing your story is the power to change not just your own life, but the lives of those around you. So go forth, be vulnerable, love yourself, share your story. And in doing so, you won't just transform your own life, you'll create ripples of change that can transform the world. Thank you.